2024 is a presidential election year, and while the presidential primary may be over, congressional primary races are still in full swing in many states. One such state is Arizona. There is a vicious primary going on in Arizona's 8th Congressional District. On one side, we have the 2022 Arizona GOP nominee for Attorney General, Abe Hamadeh, and on the other, we have the 2022 Arizona GOP nominee for Senate, Blake Masters. This is one of the few congressional races left where the Republican nominee has not been crowned early. Not that there hasn't been a lack of trying from other Republican politicians. This is a race that will be decided by the people, not politicians and their endorsements. It is also a battleground for the future of the Republican Party and the America First movement. So let's discuss.
What does dishonest Abe Hamadeh believe? Dishonest Abe supported Chuck Schumer's amnesty bill, maybe because Abe's parents were illegal immigrants. Dishonest Abe said women have the right to abort their babies. Dishonest Abe supported cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and the military. Dishonest Abe said America was founded on Islamic principles. He even said Israel was behind 9/11. Arizona can't trust dishonest Abe Hamadeh.
That's why I'm running for Congress, to fight for Arizona's 8th, because we can control our border. We can build an economy that actually works for the middle class. And we can make sure that Arizona is the best place in the whole world to live, work, and raise a family. Join me. Go to blakemasters.com.
In 2022, both of these candidates were very interesting. Blake Masters was then and still is one of my favorite Republican politicians in the whole country. His vision for America is truly inspiring, and his personality and background is exactly what I want to see out of Republican politicians. While he originally planned to run for Senate again in 2024 for the now open seat, it was clear that Trump was going to back Kari Lake instead. So in a smart move, he decided to run for the newly opened congressional seat in Arizona's 8th District, as Debbie Lesko announced her retirement. He respected Trump's choice in the Senate race. He backed out and found a different place where his talent would be a great help to our movement. Abe Hamadeh also announced his intention to run for this congressional seat, and he got the instant backing of Kari Lake. Now we have a contested primary, something I think is generally healthy for our country and for our politics. Let the best man win, right? Wrong. Since then, Abe Hamadeh has done nothing but lie about Blake Masters, his background, his policies, his alliances. How both Kari Lake and Abe Hamadeh have acted during this primary is tantamount to slander and just frankly disgusting behavior. Unfortunately, even Trump has fallen for this and endorsed Hamadeh. I don't put that much value into Trump's endorsements this year, as his endorsements have been his weakest area as a politician for a long time now. This could not have been more clear than when he endorsed against Matt Rosendale just a couple of months ago, and with his 2022 endorsements of Vernon Jones over Mike Collins and Jake Evans over Rich McCormick, both cases in which the people ignored Trump's subpar endorsements and elected the more America First candidate in each of those respective primaries. This will hopefully be yet another one of those instances where the people do not blindly follow Trump's endorsement, but actually pick the better of the two candidates on their own merits. Abe Hamadeh's slander on Blake Masters accuses him of not being MAGA enough, not being America First enough. But that is funny, as Blake has been endorsed by the most America First member of the Senate in Senator J.D. Vance, and the man who's been considered by many to be the most America First congressman, Representative Paul Gosar. Gosar, another member of Congress from Arizona. Abe attacks Blake for having campaigned for Senate alongside Mike Pence in 2022, but this ignores the fact that Trump campaigned for Blake Masters in 2022 as well. Trump and Pence were still on the same team at the time. Pence hadn't decided to run against Trump yet. Blake Masters has never abandoned Donald J. Trump. The only criticism with a smudge of truth that these people have levied against Blake Masters is that he didn't waste thousands of GOP donor dollars contesting the Senate election, which he lost by over 5%, in the same year that Kari Lake and Abe Hamada refused to concede their elections. Were there problems with the 2022 elections? Yes. But was wasting thousands of GOP donor dollars on vanity lawsuits the answer? No. These lawsuits went nowhere and wasted valuable resources which could have been used in 2024 and beyond. On the actual issues, Blake is one of the most America First candidates ever to run for Congress. He's strong on border security, on draining the swamp, on fighting big tech. He will defend our Second Amendment. He is pro-life. He is pro-family. He understands the need to get back to an economy where families can be supported on a single income. He understands populist economics and how to implement a plan to bring home manufacturing jobs from abroad and rein in out-of-control corporations. He's expressed true America First foreign policy. But most importantly, he is a competent, impressive individual, unlike Abe Hamadeh. Abe Hamadeh is running largely on his military service because, like Dan Crenshaw and many other neocons, he has no other experience to run on. That's because he's been a career politician his entire life. Hamadeh served as a military intel officer. He went to college for political science, he got a law degree, and he worked in the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. He then ran for Attorney General in 2022. Being a career politician is one thing, but being a career politician who has supported Democrats as recently as Obama and tweeted in support of liberal causes throughout his career is a really bad look for a Republican politician, especially one running for Congress. It's clear that what Abe wants is power, and he will grift in whatever direction will help him achieve that goal. What has he really accomplished in his life? He's a Syrian anchor baby turned politician with no family, no wife, and no children. He is not a good fit for conservative leadership in Arizona. In stark contrast, Blake Masters has accomplished a lot in his life. He went to school at Stanford. During his undergraduate years, he wrote a blog which criticized the America Last wars in the Middle East. He co-founded Judica, a legal research service, in 2013. While he went on to law school, he didn't go straight into politics afterwards. He co-wrote a book with PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel, a book making the case against globalism. He then went on to work with Thiel, serving as the COO of the Thiel Capital investment firm and as president of the Thiel Foundation. It was not until 2017 when Masters really got involved with politics, serving on Trump's presidential transition team. 5 years later, he went on to run one of the most inspirational Senate campaigns of 2022. Blake Masters is a Christian, Catholic, father of four, and an accomplished businessman in the private sector. Should he win in 2024, he would instantly become one of the best congressmen in the country and join the ranks of Arizona America First congressmen like Paul Gosar, Andy Biggs, and Eli Crane. Comparing these two candidates on their records and on their campaign positions, it is clear that Blake Masters is the superior candidate in this race. He is more America First than Abe, and he's been consistent in those positions for over a decade. It is clear he practices what he preaches, unlike Abe Hamadeh, who has been all over the place for the last decade and a half. This race must be decided by the people, not by the endorsements of politicians. It seems clear to me Trump only endorsed Hamadeh as a favor to Kari Lake. He still has fond things to say about Blake Masters. And if Masters wins this primary, he will have Trump's full support. As a movement, we must be able to make smart decisions without relying on one man's endorsement, even if that one man is Donald Trump. Trump won't be with us forever. Abe may have the endorsement of the 45th and 47th president, but Masters has the endorsement of a man who could very well be the 48th or 49th president of these United States. We have to have a long-term view of politics with a big picture on the timeline. Who brings more to the America First movement over the next decade, over the next 2 decades? Dishonest Abe Hamadeh, Obama fanboy turned MAGA grifter, or Blake Masters, the consistent America First visionary? I think the choice is clear, but it will be up to the people of Arizona to decide. May the best man win. America first, Christ is king.
There's so many answers, right? I want to bring big tech under heel. I want to stop Biden inflation. There's all these issues. But the real reason, or a different cut on it anyway, is my family. I've got a wonderful wife. I've got 4 beautiful boys. That's called skin in the game. Okay, I'm trying to protect these boys, and your kids and grandkids too, from illegal immigration. So what we don't need is someone with no wife and kids, right? No skin in the game. We don't need someone who's supported amnesty in the past, like Chuck Schumer's Gang of 8 bill. We don't need someone who owes his entire existence in this country to illegal immigration. We need someone hardcore on illegal immigration, and that's me. So in Congress, my pledge to you is my #1 issue is let's deport millions of illegal aliens, and let's not just secure, but let's militarize the border so no new ones can come in. Thank you.
They messed with the wrong person because I'm a young man with a lot of testosterone. I actually think right now our senior citizens need to have an increase in the cost of living.
Are you confident moving forward that it will be better?
Of course not. That's why President Trump and Kari Lake both endorsed me for Congress.
If you enjoyed that video, please leave a like, subscribe, and share the video with a friend. Also, go ahead and follow us on Instagram and X. Links to those will be down below. Let's work together to take back our country and put America first once and for all. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and God bless.
It's going to be only America first. America first.